Businesses in South Knoxville keep growing, boosted again by the recent announcement of a new bar and food truck on Sevier Avenue. It has been a busy 2018 for development in that area, with more development expected in the coming year. 10 News reporter Shannon Smith shows us the outlook in 2019 for the south side of the river.
Over the past couple years, Sevier Avenue has gotten a facelift. Just in 2018, South Coast Pizza opened, Alliance Brewing expanded, and up near the Gay and Henley Street bridges, Regal's new headquarters and 2 apartment complexes opened their doors.
And it's a really good community, and it seems like they really do take care of the businesses that are here, and there is a loyalty.
That's why James Torville and David Youssef decided to open a business on Sevier Ave next year in an old mechanics garage.
We felt that a food truck park was the best way to kind of utilize this building.
They're opening Hard Knocks Garage in the spring. It'll have a permanent bar inside with rotating food trucks parked outside.
And then on the other side of the building, there's another garage door that opens up that will be outdoor patio.
Down the road from Hard Knocks Garage, plans are drawn up to turn a 35,000 square foot building into a mixed-use marketplace called South Coast Commons.
That big change from an empty, vacant, abandoned building to a new, repurposed, reused building has really increased property values in this area of Sevier Avenue.
Across South Knoxville, Baker Creek Bottoms will house an ice cream shop and brew pub near Baker Creek Preserve, and another Aubrey's location is set to open in the old Kearns Bakery building. With a constant stream of people moving into the area, new business owners are confident they'll have a permanent home in South Knox.
You know, this is just home. We want to give something back.
In South Knoxville, Shannon Smith, 10 News.